listen for a minute. What I'm trying to tell you is, I can't do a damn thing for you if I don't get elected.
So presidents come here, look appalled at what they see, make promises, and leave. But Charlotte Street remains pretty much the same, burned out and desolate.
I've been tired of being exploited and raped and tossed upside down and used.
That's not going to happen. The reason that's not going to happen is because Africa Bambaataa has said that this event is illegitimate and should not happen. Oh, wow. Yeah, KRS. None of the pioneers are in support of this event. None of them will be here tonight.
A lot of people alienate me because I decide to tell the truth. The truth is, if you phony, stay out my face.
You haven't talked to Africa Bambaataa, Cool Herc, KRS-ONE, or somebody, a Busy Bee. There's no way in hell that you can actually have, you know what I mean, hip-hop museum. So, I mean, we got to protect our own culture.
Those that have questions about the Hip Hop Museum, I am here to answer them. There are others who may come through, but Africa Bambaataa has already banned the event. Wow. So most of the pioneers are not going to be here today. Hip hop.
A lot of y'all don't even know who coined the phrase hip hop. But you know, it's all good with me. I'm not a glory seeker. You know, a lot of people piggyback off of this thing right here. They come up off of us, you know, and then they talk about us.
What you are getting actually is a real dose of hip-hop's culture. Hip-hop. Here is what we are dealing with, ladies and gentlemen. We have been trying to start a hip-hop museum for over 20 years. In fact, it was Africa Bambaataa that first came up with the idea. However, most of the time, most of the people who have been behind the Hip Hop Museum idea seem to always create boards and groups without addressing the pioneers themselves. And I know there are pioneers here with us now. No doubt, KRS. No doubt. But the ones that they really need to start a hip-hop institution is Cool Herc, Africa Bambaataa, Grandmaster Flash, Crazy Legs, the list goes on. These guys and their organizations are not in support of the Hip-Hop Museum.
As far as the Hip-Hop Museum, if we're not involved with it, first, second, and third generation, it ain't a hip-hop museum. Yes. And you know where I'm coming from, and you know who I'm talking to. I'm not no glory seeker. I am street, the street is me. And if you ain't never been in the South Bronx, stay the hell out of the South Bronx.
The Hip Hop Museum idea is a multi-billion-dollar concept. We all may be here for the love of hip hop, but the pioneers have seen this too many times that people come in with an idea, they don't consult the pioneers, but want them to show up and give credence to what they're doing. Zulu Nation took a stand and said no, because they feel that this is not an honoring of the pioneers. This is having the pioneers come and work on behalf of the Hip Hop Museum. They're asking for honorariums. How can you build a Hip Hop Museum and you're not taking care of the founders of hip hop itself?
When they honored Flash, they didn't even get the purified seat. The next year they gave me a seat in the fourth row from the back. I see everybody that came after me in hip hop walk right by me and get a better seat.
And this is what the argument is. Do you love the actual
up here talking about hip hop moving on without its pioneers. And one thing I gotta make clear to everybody: hip hop can't move on without its pioneers. You can't have a future if you don't have a past, and that's real talk. Now, I mean, one thing I can say though is the pioneers. I'm no disrespect to none of y'all, no disrespect at all. Please do not take this the wrong way. But I feel like the pioneers, they should have never let this shit go.
This is museum talk. I'm running around discussing with dudes about redoing the history of hip hop, where we just get a little more scholarly. Cornell University got something. Nas was just abducted into a Harvard University deal. Bam's working with Cornell University and others. But none of these universities really have the authority.
So you're a philosopher?
What about the who's the one that's on 125th?
Yes.
What is that? Like, I thought that was the museum though.
No, that can't be the museum. That's a place where I think hip hop is being honored or something like that. But a real hip hop,
like a museum, like not a museum, a cultural center.
I'm talking about scholarship.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Straight up and down. Like, okay, at the Schomburg Center, you could go there and see handwritten papers of Frederick Douglass.
Yeah, I was in there.
Word, handwritten.
Imagine having that in a culture center that you can come
handwritten lyrics, handwritten rhyme books. These are objects. But in a cultural center, a museum has no place for just my obscure writings. They want my popular items: jacket, hat, shoes, album cover.
Okay, let me like Motown. You go to Motown, you got Michael Jackson's glove, his hat, Temptations uniform,
right,
shit like that.
Right.
That's what.
But you go there and you won't know nothing about the people.
Yeah.
Nothing. They'll give you the press release. Well, they were the greatest band of all time. They were the biggest. They were the best. And here's their clothes.
Yeah.
But ask them, did they pay their mortgage? Or how many times their daughter got sick? Or what kind of education did they have? What inspired them to even become the Temptations? What is that? None of them answers. They'll try to answer it in a bio or in a cloth item or something, but really, if it is not a cultural center, a place where culture is cultivated, like we're not just storing up objects. Little kids are coming in. Come on, little kids are coming in and learning.
You ever heard of KRS-ONE or X-Plan? Nah, you know they have. Eric B. and Raquel?
I think I read or heard in an article you said part of the way in which you wrote your rhymes and your early inspiration came from jazz horn playing. John Coltrane. Yeah. That you would rhyme. That you would write according, like as if somebody was playing
and some of the rhythms that he was doing. Like what it was, I played sax.
Wait a minute, stop there.
Stop.
Let's take that in. Take that in. Okay. So
by the way, I played the tag.
No doubt,
man. Like I dabbled with the sax.
We went to the dabbing back, man. Hip hop band. Word.
But I went through the whole school music thing, man. Right. I learned how to read music. Like my mother, and the rest of my family. I say my mother, my brother. My mother sang jazz to opera in Brooklyn. Back when she was going to school, she was singing at the Apollo, amateur night. Like she was going for a thing until my pop stepped in and was like, "Yo, we gonna go out here and buy a crib and sit down." You know what I mean? But my mom was going hard, man, and my brother, took the torch and played everything from the piano to woodwinds and shit like that, man. So I came up under, a good roof for good music. First thing, that made sense to me was join the band. So I played the recorder in kindergarten over the 3rd grade. And once I got to 4th grade, they gave me my sax. And I played the sax all the way up to 12th grade, man. But in the midst of that, I fell in love with John Coltrane, man. The way my man did his thing.
Yeah.
It was like, you know what I mean? And
that's a giant.
I heard John Coltrane play 2 notes at one time. And being that I played the sax, I knew that was impossible. You can't play 2 notes at one time, because once you hit a note, that's that note. You hit a note, that's that note. So how you gonna play 2 at one time? You know what I mean, my man, you know. And so when I heard that not only made me think of taking things to the next level in that case, but it was like, yo, listen to what these cats are doing. Like, they really innovating music. Like, they're not gonna come at you and play the same thing you can play. You know what I mean? And that's the difference. We gonna give you something that you can do, so you can see this is where the ruler's at. This is where the measuring stick is at. And hearing what John Coltrane was doing, man, the solos and the rhythms that he was doing, it was just in me, man. And I started realizing, like, holding on to all them rhythms that I heard in jazz. When I started sitting down to write rhymes in hip hop, I wasn't just hearing 1, 2, 3, 4. I was hearing 1 and 2, 3 and 4 and whatever. You know what I mean? So I started realizing, yo, if I can, fill in all of this space with rhythms and intellectual words that grab them and 4 or 5 syllable words and you know what I mean? I figured out, I can make the same rhythms that he was making by using certain syllable words and using certain syllable words after each other. You know what I mean? So I took it from a flow and a flow to blow to then gold and a blown to blown down doodle blown to diddle to blown bone to don't to blown to don't. You know what I mean? Just like all over the place with it. Yeah. Right.
Yo, these are Jews. Y'all should turn your cameras off. Turn this shit off. Cut. Hip hop is the name of our creative intelligence.
Hip hop is a culture that started in the boogie down Bronx.
Hip hops are different elements dealing with music, rap, graffiti art, B-boys, what you call break boys, or B-girls, what you call break girls, and also dealing with culture and a whole movement dealing with knowledge, wisdom, and understanding, as well as peace, unity, love, and fun. Hip-hop has progressed from when it was just B-boys and B-girls and DJs and rappers to now an international phenomenon.
All these other rap artists started coming around and started making money. I'm thinking, wait a minute, what about Kool Herc?
My name is DJ Kool Herc, the father of hip-hop. No godfather. That's a fictitious Hollywood character name. I'm right here. You want to check my record? Go read Beat Street, the first Hollywood official movie. The producer, Harry Belafonte, David Pickram, and Stan Layton. The first Hollywood hip-hop movie called Beat Street. And I played myself in there. I wasn't a fictitious character. I played myself. Kool Herc.
Yeah, and you're listening to the sounds of the great one himself, the MELLY all Melly Welly, and I do it something like this here. I used to be a criminal, it was subliminal, a product of Reaganomics, political, criminal lines with the guys vandalized, then I high the prize for being streetwise, a young buck. I'm pressing my luck, what the fuck, the whole world sucks. Think I'm a Mack truck, out on the road, heavy load, bust a cold, never old, got a soul, kill mode, another episode. Chill, never will, never ran, still ill, I'm the man, super bad, $100 bills, money to burn, got a hole in my pocket, tear the roof off, I'm gonna shoot off just like a rocket. I'm going, gone, yo, I'm out of here, deranged and acting real strange, I never shed a tear. I started rapping in the New York dialect. You know what I'm saying, I want respect. This it's on the Rizzo, wizard no sizzle, mizine, cuisine on the sizzing like a pizzo, flizzick, like a physic. Yo, you don't like it, scissor up my dizzy, boy, they give me more. I'm tired being poor, hardcore, fast draw, open door, or a bloody floor. I got an attitude, I like wildin'. Now get serious, cause motherfucker, I ain't smiling. You motherfucking lying on me. You love the Furious 5, that's what the Happy 5.
Watch this shit right. When they was coming out, man, rap was supposed to be a genre that was, struggling to make it. But when Melody came out, rocking the leather shit, let motherfuckers know, no, we super fucking stars, man. Because they expected cats from the ghetto to have regular raggedy shit on.
Rappers underground.
They threw on leather shit to let you niggas know this is a genre we fucking building here. Know what I mean?
Build the culture.
And when I seen Mel and them niggas with leather shit on, like, yo, boom, 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 I was like, okay. When my era came, what I do? I ran to Dapper Dan and got the leather shit. Like Mel and them was rocking, man.
And he did MC shit. If you can't rhyme about how good you can rhyme, that was the basic fundamental of MCing. You rhyme about how good you can rhyme. Listen to his shit, and he follows the basic code. It's a code.
Nah, man.
Before they got tore down, you know, I burnt one by one. We used to, as they got burnt down, we played in them. Like when they was abandoned, we ran up and down in them, play games like Ring Levia, Roundup. Bunch of friends, Mike, Stevie, KK, all of them. Irvin and them. Run around up and down in them, playing games. No, it was fun. But then junkies started hanging out in them. You know, kids got scared to be out late at night. You know, the parents kept their kids off the street. They got them off early.
25 pioneers, 25 guests. Who are the 25 guests? Forget pioneers. Who are the 25 influential hip hoppers that need to be at this dinner to finally get out? Who is that? Who is that?
Looking for a style like mine, you can't find it. Can't find it. Can't find it. Looking for a style like mine, you can't find it. Can't find it. Find it. Looking for a style like mine, you can't find it. Can't find it. Can't find it. Looking for a style like mine, you can't find it. They are the audience, I am the lyricist.
Tonight we're doing this for you and ourselves because we're tired. That's number one. For the cameras and the press, for the press with the cameras, thank you all for coming out. But tonight you will learn the truth.
Real important to see how in the early days people were just boasting about they're the best rapper, they're the best this, and how hip hop really changed into a cultural thing where they're talking about real issues of the people today, of what's happening and what they're looking for and what they need in this life. So just from it just becoming a fun art, it's really a culture of really the people itself and you know what they need to develop. So I think it's real important to understand history to be able to move on.
I'm going to turn the mic over to Brother Easy AD. Please give us a round of applause.
1, 2, testing 1, 2. Is this thing on? Ready to rhyme. Well, good evening, everyone. My name is Easy AD of the legendary Cold Crust Brothers.
Yeah.
It's good to be here today to share an exciting and uplifting new venture. 2 weeks ago, we were confronted with a situation that appeared yet to be another attempt to co-opt hip-hop culture from its practitioners in a quest to make money at our expense. The Museum of Hip Hop project launched its drive to realize its goal without including the pioneers of hip hop in a project of significant magnitude. The museum project, as presented, would benefit from the history and contributions of pioneers without involving them in the process in a meaningful way. The museum leaders' intentions may not have been selfish, however, by all appearances, a vital element intricate to the success of such a project was overlooked.
Conservation of hip hop, all right, because we've been saying it so much, too much, but it's been so much that's been going on. And the problem that we have right here in the kitchen, as Van Bada was saying, something is stinking. And what's stinking right now is hip hop has been hijacked. Hip hop has been hijacked from you and I, okay? Hip hop has been hijacked, has been taken over by some corporate terrorists calling themselves the hip hop Illuminati, okay? Some of you cats, y'all just jumping on the bandwagon now because we're not talking the most popular talk in rap sheets. And there is a difference according to my beloved brothers here that's on the board here of the Federation, and Sister Queen here, the Mother Empress, okay, that there is a distinction between real hip-hop and rap, okay? The difference, okay, because this is almost like a church joint. Bambaata's a reverend and I'm an imam, okay? So we say in the beginning was the Word, and the Word was what? The Word was God. And God was, the first gods was Grandmaster Flash, Kool Herc, Africa Bambaataa, the Amun Ra. Then comes the spiritual evolution of what is known as the verb of the word. Here comes the art form of the MC.
I got one question. One question, Kelly. Who am I?
Rod, you came with E-M-C-E-E, a repetition of words. Check out my melody. That's when we started saying the spelling of our craft is not going to be M.C. Although we recognize that. But when you came with E-M-C-E-E, a smooth, I mean, you said it so in so many ways. But that's when we started to say, that's when the term MC and MCing came out in that way. If anything, to teach an MCing course, there has to be Rakim's stamp on that, and royalties should be going to you for that kind of knowledge. You changed the whole course of how scholars speak about our culture. So while I have you here real quick, and Rob setting you up as well, this is the deal, is that, so when you think Hip Hop Museum, everybody got ideas and so on, but what are our ideas? Start with you, Rob. When you see a museum, just off the top, what do you see being preserved? You walk in the place, what do you see going on in there?
Well, they trying to preserve it as best as possible, man. But it's like what you're saying, man. We need somebody in charge of certain things so we can represent it in the right way. You know what I mean? It's good that it's there. You know what I mean? But again, man, let's make sure we know what we putting there, and let's put things, you know, there that deserves to be there. And when people see it, it's no question. It explains itself. You know what I mean?
This is the type of scholarship we need in order to build our museum from the ground up. You're hip hop itself. Okay, sitting here. This is what should be speaking on behalf of the culture. Okay, hip hop itself and be represented right. In that sense, Rob, what you was talking about, you said the objects in the actual museum should tell the whole story right there. The people who come in and see the stuff should represent the whole culture. This is family. Only a family can erect a cultural institute. All the pioneers are not here even now. Crazy Legs, that's my brother. Wiggles, Popmaster Fables. But who on this rock steady's dead? Buck Fall. What about Dream? Graffiti writing. Not a lot of fame, not a hoopla, but who honors him?
You know, we watched Herb take it from him.
I told him. I said, I'm going to try something new tonight. I'm going to call it a merry-go-round.
Herc's merry-go-round meant that instead of playing whole records, he would play just the instrumental breaks, mixing between them to create a continuous dance rhythm.
I started out with James Brown, clap your hands, stomp your feet. That part right there, when the break, boom, I had to come in with bongo rock. Bongo rock was still no vocals in it. Then I would go into Baby Yui, you know, the Mexican. I think we got some hit, you know, because people was like, oh, whoa. Everybody was like, yeah, I'm feeling it. Oh, yeah.
Letting it rock. Like, oh, shit.
We might need a Kool Herc turntable. Like, what is it?
The B1s, what was you on? B12? This was belt-driven shit.
Like, Gerard turntables.
Gerard we had to deal with. Trying to see that turntables putting the bands out of business. So to come up with Technique 1108 direct drive.
Technical term.
And that was like Prince looking at the guitar in the window down on 40th Street. Right. Can I get that? Oh yeah, and other one was Thorns. From Harvey's RV equipment store to Sam Ash and Church Street. Down there, you know, Canal Street. That's where the audio business is coming from. It's been refurnished. It's in dry dock. It's ready to be birthed.
We need to get on that.
I ain't smoke it up.
They speak for all of us. It's not just that they are up there doing this for themselves. Me, myself, anything that the Federation has to say, they are also speaking for Grand Wizard Theater. Okay. All right? All right? All right? I just want to say that. All right? And
I'm not no glory keeper. I am street, and street is me. And if you ain't never been in the South Bronx, stay the hell out of the South Bronx.
Any more questions? Yes.
Yeah, I'm Mel. If you do something in the Bronx, you don't ask Melly Mel, what do you want to do? I kind of feel a little bad. Just as bad as when they do the BET Awards and it ain't happening. You either cut, so what I'm saying is, you cut everybody in and we cut it out. And then we cut it in, we can just get in there and do what we got to do and then move forward like smart people supposed to instead of, the press looking at us, we all, and you're motherfucking right on there. Let me Furious 5, that's what you put the happy 5. Fuck that, fuck y'all. Come on, man. Come on, man. I'm a rock and roll hall of fame, but we was all the ones that put in our time around here. So for what we're gonna think, it was you be better too. Ain't none of you niggas started broadcast journalism. Ain't none of you niggas gonna be in the broadcast journalist hall of fame the way I see it. So we have a right to be mad. But if you motherfuckers gonna print a story, print a real story about how the shit that's going on right now just ain't cool. But then on our end, we just gotta get our shit together, and then we can control our shit.
Context is like very important in terms of the power of hip hop culture from the beginning all the way to. There's some old stock footage of Ronald Reagan over near the Cross Bronx Expressway before it was the Cross Bronx Expressway, when he declared that that area, the Bronx was a war zone, and that there wasn't any value there, and it was to be written off, right? So with the technology we got today, if you walk in, right, and you get a hologram of Ronald Reagan in that footage telling you what's there, but then by the time you leave the museum, you see all of the wonderful value.
And also he was the DJ. His name was DJ Dutch.
And he was the DJ.
And he was the first person born to hip hop inside the White House on the second inauguration.
Are you serious?
When he played Bomb the Rock and I stood up. Because that's my anthem. And that's hip hop anthem.
Yes, sir.
I'm looking for the perfect beat. That's what set the tone.
Wow.
So that's black people history where hip hop comes from. If you're a historian and all of that, but you never talk to me.
You can't put it past anybody to want to infiltrate hip hop and just tear apart that element that was holding us together. Because for the longest time, that was an element that we didn't have. We didn't even know who we were.
We grew up with burnt out decay all over us. The South Bronx was burning down around us, and nobody seemed to know why.
Everything south of the Cross Bronx Expressway, they just let it burn, and nobody gave a damn.
And all of a sudden, neighborhoods just went whoosh, gone.
Nobody's aware of the fact that we got a city dump right here in the backyard.
The story we were told, the story the whole world was told, was that the fires were somehow our fault. But we didn't burn the Bronx. We were the ones who saved it.
I said, no, wait a minute. I have to make my move right now.
The reason we're trying to do all these things is to show an example to the rest of the people in the neighborhood that if you just try, you could make a lot better neighborhood.
If no one else wants to fight, we'll fight. And I'm sure that I could get all the women in the Bronx to go out there and fight.
The federal government can come in and wave a wand and do this.
We try to get money from the city to renovate a building. Got red tape, 2-3 years maybe. 2-3 years, there might not be a Kelly Street.
This story is not just about the Bronx. There are places like this in every major city in America. Places that everyone has given up on, except for us.